Hello, everybody. Welcome to Minnesota State High School League Adapted Softball Opening Day games. We are back for softball. We've been doing this all year. Obviously, as you all know, or if you're just joining us for the first time, welcome to Everything Minnesota Adapted. My name is Caden. I am the founder and owner of Everything Minnesota Adapted. This here is Reese.
Hello.
And he has been my co-anchor for this year. He also runs everything, or not everything. Jesus. What am I thinking of?
North Star Adaptive.
North Star Adaptive. There you go. North Star Adaptive on Instagram. He does a great job over there. But yeah, I mean, here we are. It's softball time. Me and Reese, we both played for the Dakota Hawks. I played for the past 4 years. Reese, you've been on the team for 6 years?
6 years.
Yep. And we both graduated 2025. So, yeah, it's been a great year so far, and we are happy to be back for softball. With that, let's just get right into the opening day games. Starting off, we have the Prior Lake, Chaska, Chanhassen, Shakopee, Southern Stars taking on the Lakeville, Burnsville, Farmington, Blazing Cats. And I think this is going to be an interesting matchup here. Do we know their score from last year?
Softball?
Yeah, softball.
That is a good question. Maybe. I was trying to think if both of them made the state tournament or just one of them even, but
I'm pretty sure both did.
okay. Program 2025.
I know for sure the Blazing Cats did, but I'm pretty sure both
Yeah, Prior Lake did. 18-6.
18-6 in favor of Blazing Cats, I assume.
Yep.
But that was last year. And I think the Southern Stars have gotten a lot better. Definitely have more confidence now that they've made the state tournament for the last two sports. And we'll see what they can do in softball this year. This is definitely going to be a great test on opening day. Yeah, we'll see what they can do. This is going to be a very interesting game. And that's why I had it slotted first in the video, too. Or podcast. Yeah, this is going to be a very interesting game. We'll see what the Southern Stars come out looking like. We'll see what the Blazing Cats come out looking like. Obviously, the Blazing Cats have a great recent history in softball, winning 3 of the last 5, I believe. Right? They won 3 of the last 5, I believe, yeah?
Yeah, because Dakota's taken the past 2,
Yep.
and then it was Blazing Cats 2019, 22, and 23. Because there was no tournament in 2020 or 2021.
Yep. And one of those games, I remember it very well, the 11-inning game. What a game. The 11-inning absolute marathon of a game between them and Dakota United in the state championship, I want to say 2023.
Yep. And then the following year, Dakota United beats them in the
5-4. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see if the Blazing Cats can return to glory. I believe they got 3rd last year. I know they made the 3rd place game.
Yep.
Yeah.
3rd.
What was their score again? 9-8.
South Washington.
Yep, I knew it was against South Wash.
And then Southern Stars won consolation.
That's right, they did. Because they had to face Osseo,
St. Cloud and Osseo.
Yeah, Osseo in the Consolation Championship. What a game between Osseo and was it South Suburban? In the Consolation quarterfinals? Or semi?
Yes, South Suburban.
Yeah, what a
SEO.
game. I think it was 15 to 14, 16, 15,
12-11.
12, 11. Wow, I was way off. But either way, that was last year. We'll see if these two teams can come out swinging this year. Um, I did make private preseason rankings. Let me get my phone real quickly. I had to plug it in on the other side of the room, so just give me a second here while I walk around my bed and get my phone here. Oh wow, it charged all the way. All right, let me get my notes up here. Yeah, so I have the Blazing Cats in 4th in the preseason rankings. I have the Southern Stars in 6th. If you look at their overall records from both soccer and floor hockey, the Southern Stars are at 14 and 12, very balanced record. And the Blazing Cats are 19, 10 and 1. So, pretty good record. But again, that all goes back to 0 and 0, 0 and 0 for softball. So, yeah, we'll see what both teams can do. It'll be very interesting seasons. Um, yeah, with that, anything you want to say about these two teams, Reese?
Not that I can think of, or because I really haven't seen any of them play, so I don't know what they're like. I'm sure the rosters carry over from floor hockey to softball.
Yeah.
That from what I've seen, I don't know like what they're like, how they play, who like what anything is.
Yeah. And I would also like to say, in soccer, I believe the only time these two teams have played each other this season, I could be missing a game, but I know they played each other in soccer in the third place game. Do you remember the score of that one? I know Blazing Cats won.
I am pulling that up right now. Four to one.
4-1. That's right. So yeah, I mean a very good, pretty defensive game, but again, that was soccer, and now we're heading on over to softball. So yeah. With that, let's move on to two games that really there's not much to say. But first up, we've got the Minnetonka-Wayzata Lakers taking on the South Washington Thunderbolts, and yeah, if we look at their overall record, South Washington is 24-1, while the Lakers are 3-17. I have the South Washington Thunderbolts as my preseason number 1 team, by the way.
Wow.
And
over the 2-time back-to-backs?
Yes. Because the thing about Dakota United is, if I'm not mistaken, they lose their... I'm pretty sure it's their shortstop. It's either their shortstop or second baseman. And their pitcher. I'm pretty sure. No? Can you look at the program for me?
Yep, I got it. Catcher, outfield slash catcher, shortstop, outfield.
So, shortstop.
The pitcher was a junior.
Okay, that's right. But still, shortstop, that's a big position to lose. So, we'll see. I'm going to guess that Miles is probably going to upgrade to shortstop. But we'll talk about that later. This is the game we're focusing on right now. I have the Thunderbolts as my preseason number 1. I've got the Lakers as my preseason 15. And there's only 16 teams in the league, so... yeah, there's really not much to talk about. It's in South Washington. Um, yeah, there's just really not much to talk about.
I
Thankfully,
mean,
this
if you
is.
want to
Go
talk
ahead.
about a struggle, and I'm not trying to. It really pains me to say this. I'm not trying to like bash on Minnetonka-Wayzata, no, but not making a state tournament since '07. That's just shows you how much of a rough spot they've
Yeah.
been in.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate, and I always say in these videos, I really love Minnetonka. I'm pretty sure they were the first school to follow me. Um, they retweet a lot of my posts on Twitter, and I love Minnetonka. I really do. I say it in a lot of these videos, but yeah, they're traveling to South Washington. I just, I I would like to see the Thunderbolts put some of their reserves in, get them some playing time. But at the same time, it's your first game of the season. You got to figure out what your starting lineup's going to be. But once you get to enough runs, and another thing is, um, this is the one sport with a set mercy rule. Like in hockey, there was just running time after a certain amount of goals. In soccer, it was just running time after a certain amount of goals. In softball, it's 15 runs after 4 innings or 10 runs after 5 or 6.
It's 5.
Well, 5 or 6 technically.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you're traveling to South Washington. Yeah, I just don't see this being that great of a game, unfortunately. Any finishing touches before we move on?
No, not. I mean, it's these games like these where there's just not a lot to say.
Yeah.
And I'm sure this next one's going to be no different because
Yep.
I looked at the schedule and I know what game you're talking about.
Yeah. The next one's not going to be much different because it is the Robbinsdale Hopkins Mount Westonka Robins taking on the floor hockey state champions, the South Suburban Jets. Now, again, if we look at their overall records, South Suburban is 21-6-2, while the Robins are 2-17. And to make it even worse, they are traveling to Bloomington Jefferson to play the Jets. And it pains me so much. I don't see this being a great game. I mean, and just so you guys know, my preseason rankings, I've got the Jets ranked 5th. Preseason rankings. I have the Robins 14th. So, take that as you will. I just don't see this being all that great of a game. Although, I don't think the Jets have much depth. Which could be a problem in other games, but in games like this one, I don't think it's going to be too big of an issue. Yeah, the Robins in both divisions, too. It's not just the CI Robins. The PI division Robins have really had a fall from grace as well, and it pains me so much because I loved facing the Robins. They actually had a really good team. Until a couple of years ago when they had 2 certain seniors leave. Well, 3, really, if we want to count Noah in there. And they just haven't recovered the PI squad.
Well, Noah graduated the same year we did.
Oh, that's right.
The 2 certain.
Who
It was
might?
the two certain ones that graduated the year before.
Yeah, Jada and
But
Jose were so
anyway,
good.
yeah, you're saying it right. Like they just suffered a fall from grace.
Yeah, and I really feel bad. And I know we're talking about the PI squad a lot here when we're supposed to be talking about the CI squad, but when it comes to the PI squad, I really feel bad for Abby. I think she is an amazing player, learning from the best in Jada. Um, but yeah, ever since Jada and Jose left, it hasn't been the same Robins, right?
Yeah, I mean, talk about a fall from grace for the CI team. Made state championship appearances in 2002, 2003, 2004, 2005, and 2006.
And if I'm not mistaken, they haven't even made a tournament since, yeah?
Bingo.
Yeah, so for the Robin CI team, it has been, for reference, before I was born. If you guys don't know, I was born on November 29th, 2006. And the state tournament for softball would have been probably that first weekend of June in 2006. So I was a thought, but I wasn't, you know, I wasn't here, I wasn't alive yet. Well, that's a debate, but we're not going to get into all that. And yeah, for the Jets, they just made the state tournament last year. They didn't make a splash. They lost to Osseo. I think they had like a 2-6 regular season or something.
Program says 3-5.
3-5, close enough. Not really, but yeah, we'll see what South Suburban can do this year in softball because, as we know, the Southeast stacked. And
I mean, hey, some good news if you're the Jets. It's pretty much the same roster from what I'm seeing from last year's softball team,
that is true.
and comparing it to the floor hockey team.
Yeah, so
You
hey,
got
you've got
Betsy,
confidence.
you got Prince Chin, you got Jamari Wright, and then you got Jordan Cavness at pitcher.
Easton Anderson's there too, yeah?
Yep, third base.
Taking the hot corner. Yeah, I mean, they're coming into the season with confidence. We'll see what they can do this season. But they need to have a better season this year than they did last year because, again, they are in the Southeast. And the Southeast. Let me just read off the teams from the Southeast with their rankings, preseason rankings. First in the CI division is the South Washington Thunderbolts, Southeast. Second is Southwest. Third is Southeast Dakota United Hawks. Fourth, Southeast Lakeville Burnsville Farmington. Fifth, Southeast South Suburban. That is a stacked conference. You need to really bring your A game to win even a game in the conference, let alone win the conference. You know what? I'm going to make a preseason prediction here. The Southeast, all four teams make the state tournament if the playoffs work out in the way that I expect it to. I'm locking in that prediction now. I'm going to say all four Southeastern teams make the state tournament. But anyway, with that, Reese, any finishing touches before we move on to the final game, which is a very exciting one?
No, I mean, like I said, it's just hard to commentate or think of things to say for these games like these. Now, this one, I'm sure I will have more, and I'm sure both of us will have more, actually. But, yeah, I just can't think of much.
Yeah. Anyway, with that, we have reached the game of opening day. New Prague Trojans taking on the Dakota United Hawks. Oh boy, this is going to be a fun one.
Oakland Tri-City.
This is going to be a fun game. This is a state championship rematch from last year where the Hawks won it 4-2. What a game. And yeah, I mean, this is really going to be a great test for both teams because can the Trojans bounce back from their senior class leaving? Can the Hawks remain at the top? Even though their shortstop was a senior last year. Who fills in for shortstop for the Dakota United Hawks? Same question goes for the Trojans, I'm pretty sure. Who did the Trojans lose, position-wise?
It just says infield, outfield, catcher, pitcher, all that. But infield, outfield, infield, and that's it.
That's 3 infield spots leaving. That's 3/4.
Their pitcher's a junior this year.
Okay, so
and it's Logan Bermel.
Okay. I'm pretty sure one of their infielders was the not third baseman. Well, maybe the third baseman too, but for sure the shortstop. I know that for a fact. So, can the Trojans find a shortstop? You know, can the Trojans find, I don't want to say suitable replacement, but I don't think there's another word that I can think of. The Hawks, they're also going to miss their shortstop this year.
Here's the thing that stands out about both of these teams.
Go ahead.
They have depth. I mean,
oh yeah,
they have depth, so like they could easily. To me, it's just kind of like you gotta plug and play. Like maybe try something for an inning or so. If that doesn't work out, try something else, and then once you find it, that's where you just stick with it and you run with it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure both of these teams have JV teams as well. I think the Hawks have like 3 JV teams.
Yes.
Is it 2 or 3? Do you know?
I think they have a JV blue and a JV white.
So 2. And I'm pretty sure the Trojans also have a JV team. Now, if we're talking about JV, nobody beats the Lakeville, Burnsville, Farmington JV teams. But yeah, this is going to be a very interesting game. We'll see what each team comes out with. And yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to make it, unfortunately. But if I could go, I would go. For sure. 100%. But I don't think I'm going to make it. So, yeah. And before we wrap this up here, overall records, the Hawks are 13-10-2. While the Trojans are 11-1.
And this is regular season records, or is
this is regular season and postseason?
Okay.
This does include state tournaments.
Yeah, I was just saying because New Prague went on. I don't know why I thought it was just regular season because New Prague basically ran through the
Southwest, yeah.
I mean, Mankato, obviously, but even them, they put a
what was it,
running
10 to
time
5?
on them almost. 10-5, yeah.
But yeah, this is going to be a very fun game. I mean, come on, it's opening day, and last year's state championship was between these two teams.
Let me see if I can do we It was 11-8 last year, and from what I think I heard from the coach, I think New Prague jumped out to like a 9-0 lead or something, or from somebody. I think New Prague jumped out to like a super massive lead early, and then the Hawks just continued to fight back, and unfortunately wasn't enough. But well, beat them when it matters, I guess, in the
Yeah,
state championship.
that's for sure. Yeah, I mean, yeah, this is going to be such a fun game to start off the season with for both teams. The Hawks do have home floor advantage. I am going to say this is. I forgot to predict the first game, but if you want to know my prediction for the first game, I'm going to say Lakeville Burnsville Farmington wins that 11-5. I think the Southern Stars will keep it close for like 4 innings, and then the Blazing Cats will get a 5-run inning. But this is the game we're talking about right now. I'm gonna say Dakota United wins, mostly because of their home floor in Hope Fieldhouse. Difficult place to play, very hard place to go to and play. So I'm gonna say Dakota United takes this one. I'm gonna say 8-6, 8-5, 8-5. Reese, you got a prediction?
Yeah. I will say I'm gonna I almost wanted to take New Prague, but I don't know. You know what? I'll take New Prague 3-2 in 9 innings.
Oh, shoot. You almost got me to say my first swear on here. Wow. I love it. Yeah, this is going to be a tight game. I see it being a little higher scoring just because it's their first game, working out some defensive kinks, but it could very well be a defensive game. Who knows? Maybe hitters will have a hard time getting on base. Who knows what'll happen? This could very well go either way. It could end up being 30-29. It could end up being 1-0. Could you imagine a 30-29 game? Oh my goodness.
I wonder what the highest scoring game is. Okay, well there's a 16-11. There's an 18-13. I'm just going based off of teams in the tournaments.
Well, if you think about it, let's see. The highest possible scoring game in regulation, 7 innings. The highest possible scoring game is 35-34. Because of the 5-run per inning cap, right?
Yeah.
So that is the absolute highest it can be in 7 innings max. If we go beyond that, of course, it can go on depending on the inning. But, yeah. Who knows? This could very well go.
But I'm just seeing like in terms of regular seasons thing. I think the 18-13 between I believe it's Matabida, Stillwater, and the Blazing Cats is the highest
Okay.
that I'm seeing.
And that was just last year. We don't know what happened in years prior.
The
But
second and third closest are 18-10 and 19-10.
okay.
And that is both Osseo, by the way,
Oh wow.
against Anoka and Buffalo Monticello STMA back to back.
Oh yeah, there you go. But
So there's a little bit of facts for you. Or
yeah. um yeah, with that, any finishing touches before we wrap this up here, Reese?
no.
All right. With that, if you need to contact me, you can contact me at everythingminnesotaadapted@gmail.com or on X, formerly known as Twitter, at allmnadapted, or on Facebook and Messenger at Everything Minnesota Adapted. My messages should be open on everything. Um, I would prefer it through one of the social medias, but if you need to message me through Gmail for whatever reason, that totally works for me 100%. Reese, go follow his Instagram, North Star Adaptive. He does an amazing job over there. Graphics, everything you could ask for. He does a great job. Um, but yeah, with that, thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, leave a subscribe, leave a comment. We love reading comments on these videos. And yeah, a nice little 31, 32-minute video to start us off, to kick off the season. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching. And of course, as always, if you watch me, you know this by now, I have to do the Markiplier outro. Bye-bye!